Hello, welcome everybody, and welcome to the VIV business presentation. My name is Brian Dalmaso, and I'm a partner with this company. And I want to just give you a little bit about my background before I get into the business presentation. For myself, for the first 40 years, I spent as a mechanical engineer, as a solar engineer, I was an architect, a builder, mostly traditional businesses. I had sort of what I would call superior education, but inferior results. What I mean by that is, the economy was able to kind of take me up and take me down. Engineering, same thing. If the market was good or down, I was kind of blown around by that. So I spent the first 40 years of my life in sort of traditional roles. And what happened with me is in 1998, General Electric company closed. I was an engineer for 10 years there, and they closed. And I was forced out into the real world, right? General Electric is kind of a country club. And that's how I got into architecture and construction and things of that nature. And that was my first dive into entrepreneurship, running my own businesses. And then I went about 15 years, building that and doing okay. A lot of ups, a lot of downs. The 2006 surely wasn't too friendly in the real estate and the construction world. I didn't lose the company, but it wasn't good. And then around 2014, I was introduced to this industry here. And quite honestly, I said no to this industry for about 20 years. It wasn't the first time I was introduced to something in the relationship marketing space. I was really completely ignorant about the space, didn't know much about it, kind of thought it was one thing when it was really another. But what happened with me is because this business is dealing with things like utilities and electrical and cell phones and things of that nature, just caused me to take a deeper dive and to really open up my thinking. And I was able to find a way to build a monthly residual income through this industry. And I used that to really leverage and build something on the side of my construction company. And when I did that, it gave me something to stand on so I could then take a look at my construction company and scale that up. And I was able to do that very well. So it was a business I started on the side that allowed me to have some options in my main business to scale that up. So it's kind of a launching pad for multiple businesses. And I actually met my mentor, Bob Proctor, through this industry, through pursuing this industry. And if you don't know who Bob Proctor is, he's the world's foremost thought leader in wealth mindset coaching. He's 85 years old, and he's taught me to build over 12 revenue streams and growing, and this is one of them. So it was kind of a gateway into entrepreneurship. So I encourage you to just have an open mind about what we're going to see here. Take notes. If you have any questions at the end, I'll be happy to answer them in a very open and transparent way. So VIV stands for life, right? The company's name is VIV, and it stands for living. So live life better. And VIV is an electronic platform. It's a digital platform, very similar to Airbnb or Uber. It's a digital platform. They're using technology to revolutionize an industry, right? And if you think about Uber is the largest car company in the world, yet they don't own any cars, right? They used technology to really revolutionize the space, and they're over a $50 billion company and growing. It's the same thing with Airbnb, right? They're not a hotel company. They use technology to connect the world to rent out rooms, and they now book more room nights a month than everybody else combined, and they're over a $30 billion company. So think about that. When we're talking about VIV, very similar technology, but what I want to ask you is, who do you know that has a cell phone? Who do you know that has internet, cable, TV, electric, right? Who has these bills? Different than Uber and different than Airbnb, there's only so many people that need Airbnb. Like 1 out of 5 people use it. And the same thing with Uber, maybe 1 out of 2 people have used that. But I'm going to ask you again, who do you know that has a cell phone? Matter of fact, try to pry the cell phone out of your 18-year-old kid's hands and watch what happens, right? We don't only use it, we would kill somebody for it. So what we're doing here, guys, is we are taking the bills that people are already paying. I don't have to convince somebody to pay their electric. I don't have to convince them to use their cell phone. All we're doing is showing them that they're being overcharged. And the fact of the matter is that there's over $60 billion a year being overcharged to people like you and me in the common bills like cable and internet and phone, things of that nature. So the basic business model here is you upload your bills and we lower them. We negotiate your bills. It literally is that simple. There's no smoke and mirrors here. You upload your bills and we lower them. We have a team of expert negotiators in all 50 states nationwide where we're able to take your existing bills, and we're not changing the service. We're not reducing services. right? We're just negotiating. We're in all 50 states. We have group negotiating power. And we also know where all the, excuse me, all the rebates and all the things like that we can reduce are. So we're not changing any habits. There's not additional bills. We're not changing you from AT&T to Verizon. You simply upload your household bills, and our team goes to work negotiating and lower those bills on your behalf. And this is how it works. It's called Autopilot. It's a business that can run off your phone or laptop. It's a business in a box, digital platform. And if you had your mom or your brother or your friend or yourself and you wanted to save on your bills, you simply click on the bills that you have, right? Whether it's electric, phone, cable, TV, internet, any of that, security. And then you take pictures with your phone and you upload them. So that's what we mean. You upload your bills, we lower them. You can scan the bills and enter them. You can drag and drop on your desktop. You can download the PDFs, or you can take pictures. But that's the simplicity of this business model. So again, who do you know that has a cell phone or internet? Not just your friends and family, but what businesses do you know? The dry cleaners, your attorney, your insurance agent, or maybe you know somebody that works at a big company. We can do this for massive corporations as well. Right? And here's an example of what happens. This is an example of the email that my dad got. He's 74 years old. He was skeptical about this, but this is relationship marketing. And we were able to lower his bill by over $1,200.
Can't hear you.
Oh, Joe, can you mute yourself there, bud? For some reason.
Oh, sorry.
I tried to mute you, but I can't. Thanks, bud. So here's an example of what somebody gets, right? A little bit over $1,254 savings on a bill that he was paying anyway. Now, my dad's 74 years old. He's on a fixed income. So this was significant. I mean, he was really shocked when we did this. And now the way that VIV makes our money is whatever we negotiate. If we lower somebody's bills by $1,200, we get 50% of that, right? So this is all dead money. In other words, my dad wasn't able to go out and negotiate this. He doesn't have the group buying power. So it's dead money to him. And it's free for him to upload his bills. I want you to really think about this. It's painless. You upload your bills. The next thing you get is an email like this. Congratulations. We saved you, $50 a month, and we're going to bill you 25 of that. All right. So it's a very, very simple business model. And that's how we all make our money, right? VIV negotiates, and we get paid out of that negotiation because we are the lead generation system for these bills. Here's an example of my realtor. Same thing. She saved over $1,800 on her Xfinity bill, which was about a little over $76 a month. But she also got 2 upgrades. We upgraded her internet from 150 megs to 1 gig, which is 8 times faster for free. And she also got free Netflix. So we're not just lowering the bills, we're negotiating and upgrading across the board. Very, very powerful service, guys, and very simple business model. Another thing we have on the platform, because again, VIV is a technology platform, is we have a travel portal, right? And everybody has access to this that's a pro member. I use this extensively. I travel all the time for business and for pleasure. And I saved almost $8,000 last year using this exact platform myself as a customer of myself. So this is a digital platform. It's a travel portal, and we have access to the same inventory that Priceline and Expedia and everybody else does. So it operates very similar. And what you'll see here, this is me going to the Aria in Vegas last year. Cost me around $1,157. And the exact same booking on Priceline was over $1,500. So just this one example was over $360 savings. Very, very powerful platform if you know anybody that travels for business or for pleasure. And that's one of the things we have. Another thing we have on the platform, guys, is something called Medicall. And this is a Zoom-based service, very much like what we're doing here. People that have young kids, people that have medications, people that are taking care of elderly parents. You can get on a Zoom with a nationwide network of doctors 24/7, 365. You can fill prescriptions on it. They can diagnose on it, right? There's no copays. So if you're somebody that has to see the doctor on a monthly basis, you could use this instead and avoid the hassle of going in, avoid the copays, and it's all right on our pro membership. So very, very powerful service, and it's good for up to 5 people in your family, even if they're not living with you. So this is another thing that's on the platform. So you can see here, VIV Lifestyle Services. We have things on the platform that help people with their bills, help people with their health, help people with travel, and we're using some of the profits from this to help the planet. So VIV is a for-purpose company. For purpose. We are client-based. We were built from the ground up to serve the client, right? So instead of being a for-profit, we have for-purpose. Now, we make profit, don't get me wrong. Nobody would be here if we weren't getting paid. But you got to understand the company was developed around a customer centricity, right? If you take care of a customer and a client and you treat them and give them good service, you're going to have a raving fan, and that's what we're built on. Right, so on the platform, guys, we have the managed services, which is like the travel and the medical. We have the negotiated services, whether it's an 18-year-old kid or a general hospital, we can negotiate all those bills. We also have something called audited services, right? And this is in the commercial space, right? If somebody has a medium or large size company, we can go in for free. We can audit their telephone, their cable, their electric, their water, their sewer, their trash removal, cleaning services, magazine subscriptions, pretty much everything they have minus the mortgage and insurance. We can audit all of those bills and lower those going forward. Now think about going into a hospital and doing this. You're talking millions of dollars, and we get half of what we save, right? Now we can also do up to a 4-year look back on the bills that they've already paid, things like utilities, electric, cable, sewer, water. 80% of all companies in the United States are getting overcharged in something. I'm going to say that again. Every single company in this country, the United States, is getting overcharged, or 80% of them, I should say, in something. A very high percentage, right? But they don't have auditing teams. They don't audit their own bills. And it's not up to the utilities to audit themselves. There is a massive, massive multi-billion-dollar opportunity here. And we are the only company doing this, right, at this scale with what we're doing here. I want you to think about that. We don't have any competition with this. If somebody's in the health and wellness space, there's over 3,500 other companies in network marketing in that space. VIV is the only network marketing company doing what we're doing. I want you to really think about that as we go forward, right? Another thing we have on the platform, and I know this is like drinking from a fire hose, but this is recorded, and you can get you the recording this. We have something in the commercial space, the HVAC space, heating and cooling, walk-in coolers and freezers, things of that nature. We're able to go in and retrofit these little products on and guarantee to reduce the energy efficiency by 10 to 30%. Right? So think about, I don't know, a gym or something spending $100,000 a year in heating and cooling. $10,000 to $30,000 lowered, guaranteed, by a simple retrofit. Right? And I want to give you an example of this. This is a VIV consultant that went into a convenience store, a combination gas station convenience, like a Dunkin' Donuts thing. Right? They have HVAC, they have walk-in coolers and freezers, and it led to 117 locations. Right? This was $500,000 a year in energy savings for this client forever. And it was a $60,000 commission for the VIV consultant, right? Part-time. So guys, like I said, we have everything from, 18-year-old kids with cell phones running around helping their friends, all the way up to like Mass General hospitals, school systems. There's no size limits. I have a deal going right now. I'm negotiating with Toyota North America. So there's no size limits to what we're doing. So we have something for everybody, whether it's a part-time thing for a couple $100 a month or a full career change. We have something for everybody. So guys, this is a business in a box. This franchise is a $189 startup. This slide's out of date. It says $199. It's a $189 startup. You get everything you need to run this business. You get the marketing. You get little 2-minute teaser videos that you can send to people that explain everything about what I'm talking about here, whether it's electric, cell phone, internet, cable. We have videos for all of that. We have a system for reaching out to people. So it's a business in a box, and it's a home-based business, right? We do it over the phone. We do it over Zooms. Every single thing you need, including your own branded website, you get for $189 startup. So my construction company costs about $100,000 to start up. Dunkin' Donuts is a $400,000 startup. And I think McDonald's, the last time I checked, was $1.1 million to start up. So guys, VIV does not get paid off of people starting their businesses. That's not how we get paid. The only way that VIV gets paid is by saving individuals and companies money, period. I want you to think about that. The model they have, the only way they get paid is when we save people money. And that's the way we get paid as well. So it's a very I guess, harmonious business, right? So guys, there's two ways we earn with VIV. Very, very simple. We teach this at a 6th grade level. You enroll a few customers, and we help others do the same thing. You build a sales team. You show other people this business. Now, I'll be the first one to say to you here, if what you're seeing doesn't resonate, I would not recommend doing it. We don't need people to do this. We're not trying to convince people to do it. If it resonates, we will teach you. We have a system. It's a business in a box. But if it doesn't resonate, I wouldn't do it, right? Just like anything else in life. But it is a simple business to run. Who do you know has a cell phone? Who do you know has the internet? We get a handful of customers, and over time, we teach people to do the same thing, right? So there's 5 ways we earn. Again, I'm just gonna, there's 5 ways that we earn with this, guys. We get upfront commissions, everything from $75 for a pro membership customer, all the way up to what you saw was a $60,000 commission for a commercial deal. So everything in between, we have upfront money. The second way we get paid is level pay, monthly recurring residual income. This is like building an annuity or building a 401k or retirement. Every time you enter somebody's cell phone or electric or cable, you're going to get paid every single month on that. And we have a 96% retention ratio. For those of you that are in business, I'm going to say that again. We have a 96% retention ratio. What that means is if you get a customer today, there's a 96% chance they'll be here 30 years from now. Monthly residual income. So we get paid to unlimited width, which means you can show 5 people this business and earn overrides on that. You could show 50. You could show 50,000 people. It's all up to you how big or small you want to build this. And then we get paid 6 levels deep in monthly residual income. So if I was to show Kenny, and Kenny was to show Matt, and Matt was to show Joe, Joe was to show Frank, Frank was to show Sue, I'm going to be getting paid on Sue. 6 levels deep in overrides. Right? And that's an M3 income strategy. That's where you sell something once and you get paid over and over and over again. Guys, the third way we get paid is weekly base pay. And what this is as we're building businesses and as they're getting bigger, instead of getting a one-time bonus, we get guaranteed weekly base pay. It's another way that we get paid. And it starts off small. You can see $10, $25 a week, $100. But as we're building bigger and bigger, it gets to $500, $1,000 a week, $2,000, all the way up to $5,000 a week. And again, it's just one way we get paid, right? For those of you that have been in the industry, this reduces volume spikes. It reduces you having a $50,000 check one month and a $10,000 check the next month. If you've been in the industry, that's something that happens in other companies. So this is very, very powerful. You're much better off getting a weekly paycheck than you are a one-time bonus. Right? If I was going to give you $5,000 once or $100 a week for life, what would you pick? If you do the math, it's a no-brainer, right? The fourth way we get paid, guys, is generational pay. And generational pay is very similar to level pay, except it pays dozens or even hundreds of levels deep based on the size of your business. So as we're building bigger and bigger and bigger over 3, 5, and 10 years, we start to unlock generational pay, which could pay dozens or even hundreds of levels deep. Very, very powerful way as we're getting bigger in our businesses. And guys, the last way we get paid is profit sharing. 2% at the partner level and another 2% at the executive level. And it's no different than the profit sharing I had with General Electric Company. Anybody in those pools, any partners and above, you're sharing in 2% of the profits of the company every quarter. And another 2% at the executive level. So at the executive level, you're actually getting 4%. All right, guys, so that's a brief overview of how we get paid. Excuse me. What you're seeing here is the different ways that you're able to engage with the company or different entry points. So obviously, anybody can become a customer and that's free. It costs nothing to become a customer. You upload your bills, we save you money. The average savings for a VIV customer is $1,150. So just think about that. If you're sitting there listening to this and you're not interested in the business, is it worth spending 5 minutes to upload your bills to save on average of $1,150, right? Get with the person who brought you to this at bare minimum and upload your bills. There's no catches to it. There's no tricks. It's just you upload your bills and we negotiate them and save you money. The second way we can join this is to become an affiliate. As an affiliate, you actually have a business up and running and it doesn't cost you anything. There's no fees as an affiliate, but all you can do is upload your bills and upload other people's bills. You can only participate in the one way of getting paid, which is the residual income off of the bills. But it's a way to tiptoe into the business. It's also if you're kind of on the fence and you're like, well, that seems cool, but I want to try it before I recommend it to other people, then you can become an affiliate, upload your own bills, try it out, and if you like it and if you think you want to do the business, you upgrade into a consultant. The other thing we have here is a VIV Pro consultant, right? That's a $189 one-time fee, and it's a $69 a month fee for the benefits that we get. You can see all the benefits here. That's a pro membership. So as a pro consultant, you also have a pro membership, which is the travel portal, the Medi-Call portal. We have an outreach app that helps you build the business that I'm going to show you here in a little bit. And we also have something called Tech Rescue, which is 24/7, 365 tech assistance if your laptop locks up or your phone locks up, kind of like the Geek Squad at Best Buy. And you can see here, there's just a whole host of benefits. We have travel rewards. We have a legitimate reward system. It's dollar for dollar, point for point. If you have 5,000 points, that's like having $5,000 towards a trip. You don't need like 5 million points like on a credit card. So very, very strong rewards program and a whole host of other features that you can see here, guys. This is the outreach app I was talking about. What this is, as a pro member, you actually get an app on your phone where I can text you a little 2-minute video that explains being a customer. And when you open it, my app is going to tell me that you opened it. So again, for anybody that's ever been in business, if you're a realtor, imagine if you had an app where you sent somebody something and your little system here told you when they watched it. Oh, cool. Kenny just watched it. I'm going to call Kenny. Hey, Kenny, did you get a chance to watch that video? Now, I know he just did because my app told me that, right? So maybe you're going to catch him lying. But this app it does analytics. It also gives you a process. I can send a 2-minute video to pique interest. If the person has interest, I can send another video to educate them more. And if they're still on the fence, I can send another video. It's a step 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if they want to enroll, I send them the enrollment video. So that's what the outreach app is. Very, very powerful, guys. Guys, so this is a business in a box. Everything I just showed you here, it's a $189 startup. Upload your own bills, $69 a month. Excuse me. And you'll be up and running. Become your own customer. We have a fast track program where you upload your bills, you become a pro member, right? We need 30 points to hit your fast track, right? So step 1 is become a pro member. Step 2, upload your bills. You're going to be right around 25 points already. 20 points for the pro member, 3, 4, 5, 6 points for your own bills. You talk to 1 or 2 people, your mom and your brother. You upload a couple bills. You get past 30 points and you've hit your fast track. It's $150 back in your pocket. So that's in the first couple of days. Your entire business is paid for, right? And then you help others repeat. You help 4 people do that, and you will be at what we call a promoter 160, and you're earning more than the entire business cost per month, and you're off and running. So this is not it's not hard to hit these targets, not hard to build. We've made it very, very simple, very, very duplicatable, including what we're doing here tonight, right? Now, what we're doing here tonight is showing the business. So if you're in the business, you are able to bring people to this webinar. We show the business and we educate them. And what I'm going to say to you guys now, does anybody here have any questions on what you saw on the business model? We're here to answer questions. And after this, we're going to go into a little bit of a training. So if you have any questions, either raise your hand or unmute yourself and feel free to fire away.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, you said it's available in Long Island?
All 50 states.
Okay, great.
Yep. What's up, Joe? Good to see you.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Yeah, all 50 states, commercial, residential. Electricity we have in 10 states. But all the other, everybody's got phone, everybody's got cable, everybody's got internet. So when I start this business, I usually have people, who do you know that's got a phone bill and internet, which is everybody, because it's all 50 states. And then we get the electricity if they happen to be in one of those states that has electricity as well.
Do you know the average? Sorry. Do you know the average savings if it is strictly cell phone and internet, or you don't?
Actually, yeah, cell phone and internet are the 2 biggest ones. It's electricity is actually the smallest one.
Mm-hmm.
Cell phone and internet are probably going to be 1,100 of that. Well, maybe 900 of that 1,150.
Okay, cool.
So,
Thank you.
cell phone are definitely the biggest ones. I mean, think about this, guys. If you've had internet for the last decade, a decade ago, your internet used to be $29, right? Now it's got a 2 in front of it, $229. Same thing with cell phone. It used to be $29. Everybody, I know people $300-400 phone bills with their kids and their friends. So those are the two biggest ones by far.
Brian, I want to say for sure too with the travel. I mean, last year when we went to see Ray Higdon in Florida, we don't go, especially with the kids, 4- and 5-star hotels. And I'm like, oh man, Frozen Shingle Creek. Do we have to give up? How many mortgage payments is it going to cost to stay there a week? And it almost saved us a mortgage payment, almost $1,000 to stay a week. That was the savings, not how much. It was $1,000 savings. Like, I think it was like 50-something% savings or something like that, which was crazy. Because so now it not just makes that week affordable, but we were able to stay 6 days in Myrtle Beach on the way down there. It turned a week into 2 weeks. That was our first experience with the travel portal. So
I love that. I actually remember talking to you about that. You were just like beside yourself. And the other thing is you didn't lose your house, which is cool.
No, no, that was awesome. So yeah, there's no need to go to a Motel 6 on this. You'll save a couple dollars, but you want to save hundreds and stay somewhere that you really want to. I mean, this is the platform for it.
No question. I wasn't kidding. I saved over $7,000 last year traveling through this portal. So very strong. Jill, you had a question?
I do. So for the autopilot program for the electric bills, does that go through a third-party supplier, and does it lock you into contracts?
Yeah, so what our autopilot is, it actually solved all the problems of that entire industry. And then if anybody's familiar with the industry, there's been a big shakedown, third-party providers, there's cancellation fees, termination fees, quite a bit of problems in that entire industry. And what our company did is came up with an algorithm. And this algorithm actually auto shops on the customer's behalf. What I mean by that is it actually pins all the third-party providers against each other, right? Because these third-party providers, they're all offering teaser rates, 3 months, 6 months, a year, teaser rates. But then they count on the fact that you don't look at your bill, and 3 months later, your bill gets jacked, and it's not even illegal to do it. But our software it's always just looking for the lowest possible rate, right? So it doesn't lock you into a contract. First thing it looks for is month to month. Then it looks for short term and things of that nature. Now, if it does find a contract and it does the math and it looks out and says, okay, you're going to save this amount. This is a 1-year contract. The client will get a notice that, hey, we found this. Would you like to go forward with this contract? So anytime there's a contract thing, the client would get notified first. Good question. You get a gold star.
Hey, Bri, do you know the 10 states that were in electricity?
I do. First of all, man, I got to say you're looking handsome as ever.
Thank you, brother.
We are in, let me see if I can get this. We are in New York, New Jersey, Rhode Island, Massachusetts. We're in Maine. We're in Pennsylvania, Ohio, Maryland, Rhode Island, if I didn't say it. Is that it? I think that's it.
Brian, is that the same for commercial too?
Commercial is different. Yes, it's same for commercial on the supply side, but we are in all 50 states and commercial on the transmission side. What I mean by that, I'm not kidding. We are in negotiations with Toyota North America. The transmission side of their bill, we can look back 4 years and claw back overcharges. So we're in all 50 states in electric and commercial, but 10 states on the supply side with individuals in commercial.
Okay, thanks, Bri.
Sure thing, bud. Any other questions, guys, before we move on to the training portion?
You know what, Bri? I do have one more question, but I apologize.
No worries. That's why we're here.
Obviously, I've been a little busy the last 24 hours. Yeah, cool. I appreciate that. Where do I get that? Do I get that app? Do I log into my back office on my VIV website to get the outreach app?
Yep. And if I didn't add you to my distribution, let me know, because I sent out an email today to everybody on my team.
I saw it.
And okay, so look at that. Click the first video. Everything else will take care of itself.
Thank you, man.
There is tutorials in your back office, but just click the first one and you'll be off to the races.
Thanks, brother.
I want to thank Herb and Bianca for starring in that video, by the way. You guys, whether you don't know it or not, you're in there. That's going to get 50,000 hits in the next year. Any other questions, guys? All right, all right. Well, if you're a guest to this, if this is your first time seeing this, I would get with the person who invited you. At the bare minimum, upload your bills, you know, see how it works. There's no risk, there's no harm. It doesn't cost you anything to upload your bills. And if you're curious about the business, I'm happy to do a Zoom with you, with the person who brought you, and dig a little deeper, answer questions, things of that nature, and just help you guys get up and running. So if you're a guest of this, you're more than welcome to hang around. We're going to do a training on consultant acquisition or sales team building. But if you want to drop off, feel free to do that. We're going to go into the training portion of the presentation here. So, all right, guys, so we're going to work on consultant acquisition. Last week, we did customer acquisition. And if you want to see that, we have the VIV Success Network YouTube channel. VIV Success Network YouTube channel. It's also in the email that I just sent to all you guys. If you go to the bottom of the email, you'll see that there's a longer business presentation with a customer training. That was last week. So if you want to go through the customer training, it's on that email. Today we're going to do sales team building, getting into a daily and a weekly method of operation of just building a sales team. Now, if anybody here has hangups about network marketing, if you know the real estate company Keller Williams, excuse me, Keller Williams, let me get a drink here. Sorry, guys. This is my 156th presentation of the day, so I'm a little, boys. If you know Keller Williams, 250,000 agents globally, multi-billion-dollar mega corporation, they are a network marketing company. They're in real estate, and if you're a realtor, you can sponsor other realtors and get paid on them 7 levels deep. So if anybody here is twisted about what we're doing, network marketing, it's not the old Amway business model. No offense, Warner. Right? We're dealing with utilities, cell phone, cable, internet, TV, water, sewer, gas. I mean, everything, right? I don't have to try to sell any of this stuff. Everybody's using cell phones. Everybody's using electricity. Everybody's using internet. So you want to strip away, if you've been in any other product-based company, we're not trying to sell something. We're not selling essential oils. All we're trying to do is educate people. And it's the same thing with the business model. I'm very straight with my language. Like, Warner, what's up, man? How you doing? Listen, I got something I want to run by you. Are you still in the accounting business? It may be a fit, maybe not, but it's worth taking a look. Do you have 5 or 10 minutes? We can jump on a phone call. So that's the language I use, and it's very, very effective language. I'm not trying to, it's not, hey, Warner, man, I got this great idea. You'd be great at this, man. We're going to make millions. Like, we're not doing any of that stuff. Transparency and honesty goes a long way with this. People appreciate that. We are in an age, by the way, but people can see through everything. If you're going online and trying to build rapport over a period of 6 months with total strangers, they can see right through it. That was 10 years ago. People much more appreciate this. Hey, Matt, listen, we don't know each other, but I see you're in the flooring business. I have an idea. I have something that might be able to help you. I'm not sure if it's a fit or not, and I'd love to connect and get to know you. But the reason I'm reaching out is because I see you have a flooring business. Would you have 5 minutes to connect? I mean, how harmless is that language? Like, why would he say no to that? So that's what we're doing. We want to give you guys that language for 2020, because I promise you, everybody can see through everything that's other than the truth. It's just the way it is. So we're not going to say anything that's, there's no tricks or anything. Just be honest with people. They have a cell phone and they have cable. We can help them, right? So what we want to do is come up with some clarity, some language, and a very effective daily and weekly method of operation. That's what I want to work with you guys here. At the bare minimum, you want to be spending 15 minutes a day in your business. If you can't spend 15 minutes in a day, I wouldn't do this business. I wouldn't do any business, by the way. There's no business on the planet that won't work without spending time into it. But 15 minutes a day, I can send out 15 invites using the outreach app. Bare minimum daily method of operation. I can do that. You can do it. Anybody can do it. You could even do this 5 minutes, 3 times a day. And not to be gross, you could even do that in the bathroom. All right? This is not hard. It's not hard to do. It's easy to do, but it's easy not to do, right? So we want to have the daily method of operation. You want to use your calendar, and you want to be able to look at the calendar and say, when am I building my VIV business? Right? If you have a job, you're going to your job every day. You're conditioned to do that. If you go to the gym, you do that, right? Whatever it is you do, we make it a priority. So at some point every day, this has to be a priority, even if it's 15 minutes. The weekly method of operation, right? Come to Tuesday nights. This is where we train together. This is where you can invite people. This is where we educate. And this is where we learn the skills, right? Come to Tuesday nights, 7 o'clock. For me, I don't care what else is going on in my life. I don't care if I have a $5 million deal that I'm closing in construction. It's not happening Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. Does that make sense? So a lot of people you're going to talk to, so I don't do anything unless I can give it 100%. So does that mean you're going to work 40 hours and 10 different things? What does that even mean? They don't even know what that means when they say that. We do want to give this 100% for pockets of time, like shut everything else off and boom, let's do this, right? But it can be 5 hours a week, half hour here, half hour there, Saturday mornings. So that's what we want to teach you guys. Now, as we're reaching out to people, my preferred method is text splits. And some people with social media, there's 2 different methods here. And we can do either or both. What I'm going to work on today is the warm market, because everybody has $1 million in your phone. And I want to prove it to you. Go to your phones. Everybody do this. Open up your phone. Go to your contacts. I'm going to do the same thing. I want you to hold it up to the screen. We're all going to do this one together. Go to the letter A. Go ahead and hold it right up to the screen, so there you go. Hold it right up. When you get to your contacts, go to letter A. Right? And then start doing this. Every single one of those people has a cell phone. And they all have internet. Anybody still scrolling? What am I on, letter B or something? So there's it. There's your business plan. Start at the letter A and do not miss anyone. If it's your grandmother, help her out on the bills. Probably not a good business partner. If it's your lazy beer drinking buddy, same thing. If it's a realtor, I would reach out with the business. I would text them. Hey, what's up, Frank? Listen, you're in real estate. I got something I want to run by you. I'm not sure if it's a fit, but it's definitely worth checking out. I'd love to catch up. This is warm market. Herb and Bianca are just crushing this. We talked about 2 things and boom, they're up and running. Just crushing it. Less than 10 days, hitting fast tracks, team 160 off the charts. Like very, very simple methods of operation. So there's your list. There's your first prospecting list, right? We don't even need to talk about going on social media because most people never go through that list. They literally just never go through the list on the phone, you know? But come up with a daily operation. Start with the letter A and have a number. I'm going to reach out to 10 people a day. I started off with Warner and Leslie. I think that's what it was. Now they're up to 30 a day because they're getting really fast at it. Right? Now their team's growing too. And now they're attracting people all over the place. So I promise you this business model works if you can surrender to it. But have the time in your calendar every day where you work in your business. And then what I do, guys, again, is I have Saturdays at 10 o'clock. I take an hour to work this business. Right? So when we're reaching out to build our sales team, go through your list and just think about people that would be good. Realtors, insurance agents, anybody that owns a business, pretty good chance if you show this transparently, because they have a business, little pizza shop, they're going to actually become a business partner and they're going to upload all their own bills and be their own first customer. Anybody that owns a business, they're entrepreneurial. Personally, I have not had anybody that owns a business not become a consultant. Sorry, I had one. My apologies. Minuteman Millware, Kenny knows this guy. He did not become a business partner. I need to go back and see him though. Because people have pains in business. If they're an electrician, they're in people's house every single day. On the way out, why not turn that customer into a residual income? If you have an electrician as a friend, ask them how many customers they've had in their life. Oh my God, I've had probably over 1,000 now. What if you were getting paid every single month on those 1,000 people? Would that be a good thing? I can show you how to do that. Transparent, honest, just There's no pitch here. Does that make sense, guys? Realtors, plumbers, electricians, HVAC, salespeople, anybody, stay-at-home moms, daycare providers, everybody that comes into that daycare provider, they have a cell phone, they have internet, they have cable. Right? So we don't want to overcomplicate this. What you want to do is just get into a habit of reaching out to X number of people a day, up to, depending on what you want. And then I would say put the gas down on Saturday mornings, do 1 or 2 hours, right? So warm market, we're just reaching out to people with a text. That's what I do. Right? Hey, Joe, what's up, buddy? Listen, are you still in martial arts? I got something I want to run by you. Maybe a fit, maybe not. But I think it's worth checking out. I'd like to get your opinion on it. Maybe you know somebody, if not you. That would be my text. And then that must be what Jason did to Joe, because Joe's on this meeting. I'm just guessing, but he must have said something to you that was just transparent and honest. And now you're here checking it out. Now, you'll either see this or you don't. Either way is fine. We're not trying to convince anybody, but that's the deal. Then you get in front of the information. Enough people see it, and then we're off and running. So that's the deal, guys. Peak interest. Use the videos. Use the tools. When somebody does have interest, so I'm going to use Joe because he's right here. Joe, if you did have interest, then you and I and Jason would have got on a Zoom, and the three of us are going to take a deeper dive. Right? Now, if you don't have interest, don't do it. But if you do, Joe's next move is to get me or Matt or Kenny, sorry, not Joe, Jason's next move is to invite Joe to use us as a resource, as a business partner, to further educate him, answer those questions that Jason might not be able to answer. Does that make sense, guys? So we have resources. You got me, Matt, Kenny. I'm looking around. I got Warner. He's up to speed now. Herb and Bianca are right there within a week. So Joe Dirac is a veteran of this business. So you guys have resources that you can get on Zooms with, and we'll do all the heavy lifting for you guys. All right. Any questions on that so far about building the sales team over time? I can tell you one thing. One new business partner a week over 52 weeks will build you an empire. It'll be the tip of the sword over the next 52 weeks. And as you move into 2021, by the end of that, you will probably have a 6-figure business. It's a weekly method of operation. One new business partner a month over 5 years will build you an empire. It's the compound effect. Anybody here that knows the compound effect, that's what this is. I'm going to give you a little test, and don't answer this if you know the answer, but if you don't, guys, if I take a penny a day and double it, 1 penny every day and double it. So 1 penny turns to 2 penny, 2 turns to 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128 pennies in 7 days. What do you think that compound effect is in 31 days?
Okay, hold the stack.
It's like $7 million.
I think it's 30 million.
30 million. Yeah, I know it's a bunch of millions.
10 million and change.
Yeah, it's up there, right? So that's what we're doing here, right? One new business partner a week over 1 year will build an empire, but one new business partner a month, and that duplicating is a 7-figure business in 5 years, 7-figure residual business. It's just what happens with most people is they just don't understand, and then life takes over, and they just don't commit to it. They just don't have a calendar. They don't spend the 3 hours a week. The only difference between me and most people is I spend the 3 hours a week. It's on my calendar. I'm also launching a software company. We have a clothing company, construction. You guys know what I do at Bob Proctor. I don't say that to impress you. I'm just saying I don't neglect this business. I don't neglect to do the thing that's going to get me to 7 figures. It's a no-brainer business. So we want to make sure that you guys have that weekly method of operation going into 2020. That's why I'm hitting so hard with this. 2020, new decade. I want you guys to be successful, and it's an easy business. Another thing that we do, January 25th, for those that are in the business, and Joe, if you're curious, it's for new people too. Actually, you're down in New York, aren't you? All right, we have one of these in New York, and we can get to the date. But January 25th in Natick, Massachusetts.
Tarrytown on the 15th of February.
What is that, Joe?
February 15th in Tarrytown, New York.
Okay. Yeah, if you guys want to take a deeper dive, the chief sales office is going to be there. It's a longer event. It's a master class, and you can meet some of the people on the team. But in Massachusetts, in Natick, it's January 25th. So if you're in Mass, write the date down. This is what I would say is a no-miss event. If you're in this business and you're looking to earn money with it, you're going to want to get to these master classes. There's one in Maryland, New York, New Jersey. They're all over the place. And if you're on this call and I didn't, excuse me, mention your state, excuse me, we can set one up in your state. I know some of my team is in Texas and we're going to do one down there. So if we didn't mention your state, we can set one up there. So another thing we're going to do, or I should say another thing, if you guys have aspirations to get to 5 and 6 figures a month, not necessarily, 500 or $1,000, but if you're looking to get to 10,000 a month and more, then you're going to want to go to the GoPro Mastery in December, and you're going to want to get your tickets now. It's not a sales pitch. I don't need you to go, but that's what 6 and 7 figure earners do. It's what I've been doing for the last 5 years. And I have a block of tickets. What I did is I bought 100 tickets to lower the price over 50% off for our team that can go, but they're already almost gone. I have a big team in Texas that's hungry and they are not playing games. So if you're in this business and you want to go to GoPro, reach out to me sooner than later because those will be gone. And then the tickets will be like over 500 a piece. But that's just something that 6 and 7 figure earners do. We go to train in our craft, right? I look at Joe, he does, what are you, a 4th degree black belt, 5th degree black belt? I know he's up there. 5, yeah, 5th degree black belt. There's certain events that he will not miss. I don't even have to ask him. There's certain events in order to get where he got that I don't care if there's a birthday, I don't care if there's a funeral, like he's going to the event, right? That's what GoPro is for 6 and 7 figure earners and above. So if you want to go to that, just ping me and lock it down. Get in the mindset of a 6 or 7 figure earner. That's what we do. What else we got here? Oh, I talked about using your calendar, but surrender to the process. Now, guys, this is a life lesson. This is not network marketing. This applies to everything you're doing in life. I don't care what your business is or what you're trying to accomplish. Come up with a daily method of operation and then let go and let God. Stop thinking about it. Stop wondering if it's going to work or not. Right? If you're in real estate, all you need to do is study real estate every day for a half hour. Study your mind every day for a half hour. And take massive action. Reach out to 50 people a day. 3 things in real estate. If you do that, you will guarantee to be successful. You don't have to wonder if it's going to work. It's just a matter of time. It's the building blocks of the daily life, right? So in network marketing, there's 5 things. So if you're in this business, you want to write this down. This is John Maxwell's rule of 5, by the way. I wish I could claim ownership of this, but I cannot. 5 simple things you need to do in network marketing to be successful every day. Number 1, study something in network marketing. Study Eric Worre's GoPro. It's a 4-year degree in network marketing, a little skinny book. Or study Ray Higdon. If you're into social media, Ray Higdon's Rank Makers, 15 minutes a day. Study something in your industry, though. That's the only way to raise your skills. Right? So study your industry. Study something in your mindset. I always recommend the Matrix Mindset Academy because I'm biased. But if you don't want to do that, Get this book, Think and Grow Rich, and study out of this for 30 minutes every single day for the rest of your life. Now, when I say for the rest of your life, I'm not kidding. This book, if you don't understand what it is, has made more millionaires and billionaires than any other publication in history, with the exception of maybe the Bible. And studying it for a half hour a day will raise your level of awareness and wealth building. Right? Bob's been reading this every single day for 59 years. So if you're improving your mindset and your awareness and wealth building, and you're improving your skills in the industry, and then you're reaching out to 20 people a day, there's 1, 2, 3 things as a network marketer. The 4th thing is you got to show up for events. You got to go to the master class. You got to get around and understand the company you're involved with. And again, I don't care if this is real estate or network marketing or anything else. You got to go to the events. Paradigm shifts happen at big events. It's an instant change in your thinking, right? We can do it over the spaced repetition of content, or you can go to a big event and have a paradigm shift, right? That's what happens at GoPro. Half the people here or more went to GoPro, and they saw this 28-year-old Mexican kid that couldn't even speak English making $140,000 a month. Think about that. From a third world country in this industry, $140K a month, 28 years old. That is a paradigm shift. You cannot see that as a grown-ass adult in America and not start to understand the industry that we're in and the power of it. That's a paradigm shift. But if you don't go to the event, I could tell you about that all day long. You're not going to feel it. You're not going to be in the energy. So the fourth thing is you got to go to events, right? Tuesday nights, what we're doing here, this is an event. Like don't neglect Tuesday nights for 52 weeks. Show up for 52 weeks and watch what happens. Easy to do, easy not to do. Guys, and then the fifth thing and the most important thing in network marketing is promotions. What did I just tell you about the GoPro event? Did I just say you should go? Or did I paint a picture of somebody half your age that can't even speak English in a third world country making $140K a month, right? That's promotions. The first year I went there, I had 3 people. I dragged them with me. Kenny was one of them. 12 months later, there was 300 people in my business because of that event, right? So paradigm shifts happen. It was Tony Robbins. That's where I met Bob Proctor. Anybody here that knows me knows the rest of the story. I literally met Bob Proctor pursuing network marketing. Big things happen at big events. Who else is Robert Kiyosaki's trained there? Who else has been there? Richard Branson, Harvey McKay, Lou Holtz was there. Grant Cardone was just there. Like the world's billionaires understand network marketing. Now, none of those people are in network marketing. They're just going there showing the average person that this is single-handedly the easiest way to become a multimillionaire. And that's not a pitch or a joke. Those people show up and they say, there's no overhead, there's no cost, there's no risk. You have a worldwide distribution center. All you can do is talk to people. There's no income ceilings. I looked over at my buddy Armin at the last GoPro. I said, Armin, how long have you been an electrician? 22 years. Now, the guy on stage we just listened to, it took him 16 years to get to 7 figures a year in residual income in network marketing. He took the long route. 16 years in network marketing to get to $1 million a year. So I looked at Armin, I'm like, how long have you been an electrician? 22 years. How much you making? 140K. Is any of that residual? Understand the industry we're in. Get to these events, guys. All right. Does anybody have any questions? I got to bounce in a couple minutes. Any questions on what you heard, any way, shape, or form? Anything you want to comment on?
Hey, Brian, cellular, that's all 50 states, cellular?
Everything we have is all 50 states with the exception of electricity.
Right, and then that's just on the supply side in the 10 states, right?
Correct. Yeah, and that's why when I sponsor new people, I have them focus on cell phone and internet only. Keep it simple, simple. Go talk to your brother, your mother, your friend. Get 3 customers, 30 points. Simple, simple. Now, once we have them as a cell and an internet, and we save them a boatload of money. Say, hey, you got an electric bill? We can upload that too. So that's kind of like almost a side thing. Make sense? Cool, brother. Welcome aboard, man.
Brian, what was number 3? That was to reach out to people?
Yeah, the physical component. Set a goal. Have a goal of X amount of people a day. So here's what happens when you start this business. Start off with 10 a day, 5 a day. I don't care what it is, but start off with something a day, and then do that for 30 days, and then gauge your results, right? If you did 5 a day and you signed 3 distributors that month, is that a desirable result? But then it's like, okay, 5 a day equals 3 in a month. So if I do 10 a day, I'm probably going to get 6 in a month, except you won't. You'll get more than that because your skills are going to get better. So this is just business 101. You got to have trackable metrics. You got to have trackable metrics. You got to know how many invites you send out to get somebody on a call. And then once you have a call, how many calls does it take before somebody signs up as either a customer or a business partner? Once you have all that, you can write your own script. 5 a day equals this. Well, then 10 a day equals 2 this. And then 3x that equals 3x this, right? And then over a period of certain months, you can look at your income. And if you want to raise your income, you start with the thing. That makes sense? And that's just business 101, guys. It doesn't matter what you're doing. That's just trackable metrics and having a business plan. All right, guys, I got
one quick comment.
Okay.
Just sitting here realizing you're talking about the daily method of operation.
Yes.
That's the abbreviation of your last name, DMO.
Love it. I was born for this. Awesome, guys. Make it a great night. Be well and God bless. Hopefully that was impactful, and hopefully I didn't horrify anybody. Have a good night.
Thanks, Brian.
Take care.